What's new with the United States and the European Union? Well, let's see what's new with the USA and the European Union. So, the United States and the EU do decide to make a good deal for each other. So, technically, why? Well, it's because the United States basically said that they could either come to a deal or America will put tariffs on there. So, the reason why the European Union made the deal with the USA is because they don't want them to put tariffs on them. And no, I'm not depicting the United States as a big bully. These other countries did it themselves, which I'll admit. But when we do it, we're the big bullies now? I don't think so, but even Americans have a problem with this. They think it's not a good deal, but let's see more. But wait, America is blackmailing the EU. Trump is out here blackmailing people because he's literally saying that he's going to put tariffs on them if they won't make a deal. At that point, Trump is basically not an ally of the EU anymore. What do you guys think is going to happen? Why did the EU accept this deal in the first place? Well, the deal isn't to okay. So the deal isn't meant to have zero tariffs, but it has 15% of tariffs, meaning that at the tariffs will be low this time because last time it was on 30%. So since the deal includes zero tariffs from the exports of the United States, like chemicals or any type of drug or Air Force or aircraft, all these kinds of things. Like you can see the US needs Europe, vice versa, second edition. You can see all of this stuff right here. And the thing is, the EU finally agreed to buy $750 billion on American products just so they could get oil and gas from them. At this point, you're not an ally anymore. And I'm not talking about the European Union or their citizens. I'm not trying to criticize as Europeans. I'm not trying to criticize EU citizens. I'm not saying that they should get products. I know they don't want to use cars from America and stuff and have food from America. But I'll admit, the United States is pressuring their allies because Donald Trump said that if they don't pay up, they won't even get help. Just take a look at this clip right here.
Until I came along, I said, everybody's going to pay. They said, well, if we don't pay, are you still going to protect us? I said, absolutely not. They couldn't believe the answer. I came in, I made a speech, and I said, you got to pay up. They asked me that question. One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills.
And also, you guys have seen the clip, but the thing is some of you might disagree with me. Some of you might get upset about what I said, but this dude didn't even handle COVID well. This is the same dude that couldn't handle the virus well, which caused so many people I cared about to die. No wonder my mom hates him. And y'all voted for him. Wow. You can call me a Democrat all you want, because I'm a teenager anyways. I can't vote or be a Republican or a Democrat. Or whatever you want me to be. But I'm picking neither. I'm not going to become a Democrat or a Republican. Because it's just both sides against the other. We are all divided. This is what they want. They want the Democrats to hate the Republicans and the Republicans to hate the Democrats. That's what they want. But however, the reason why I said this is because if they don't pay up, the United States won't protect the NATO allies from Russia. That's what Trump said. So he might lie trying to say, oh, I never said that. And people might say, you believe stuff off of social media. The footage is right here. And also, the thing is, the deal itself doesn't even seem fair. I feel like this is a scam. And because the products are zero tariffs, but yet there's 15% of tariffs. It may be low and not at 30 like it was before, but how come you're gonna say the products are zero tariffs, but somehow there's 15% of tariffs? Like, look at the deal of the USA and Japan. Doesn't look like a good deal to me either. So, obviously, EU citizens, aka European citizens, they will actually boycott these types of products. Because how come you're going to say, hey, the EU's going to have the products. How come you're going to say the products have zero tariffs, but somehow there's 15 tariffs somehow? I believe that there's other problems with this deal too. But however, for the EU citizens don't want these types of products. So they can boycott them whenever they want. And again, before you say I'm depicting America or any country as the bully, hear me out. Countries have tried to tariff the United States themselves, but technically America forced the EU, aka the European Union, to agree with this deal anyways. So basically they tariff each other at this point. But this time, in this situation, Trump is basically saying, oh, you can either make a deal or I'll tariff you. So they decided to make a deal. And EU citizens, I wanted to say some bad news to you, but I think you got scammed by our government. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that you got scammed by our government because it seems shady. This doesn't seem like a good deal. Like, Trump is out here saying Oh, I won't protect you from Russia if you don't pay your own bills. That's the guy you want to be around with. I can see why half of you guys are afraid. Because he can withdraw from NATO anytime. He has been requested to leave the World Bank. He has been requested to leave a lot of things. Even the UN that we created. We created NATO and the UN. Why would we want to leave something that we have created? That makes no sense. And as for the non-European Union countries, you're safe. Because as an American, I'm glad that the UK left the European Union. And I believe they should have come back, because if they were still there, then they would be scammed by the USA. And the deal would look shady to them too. So, technically, the rest of these countries that aren't in the European Union, they're basically safe for now. And please excuse Britain that's in the green. Because they left the EU. This is an old map that's meant to show non-European Union members. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wonder what you guys think about this US and EU trade deal. This was my opinion, so you guys can learn about what the US and the European Union are doing today. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.